Now on the fight against COVID-19, and that fight continues. Healthcare workers who received J&J jabs in the first half of the year are now eligible for booster jabs. This is part of the Sisonke clinical trial to test the efficacy of the J&J vaccine. ENCA's Manqoba Mchunu is following that story for us. He joins us live now for an update. And Manqoba, so there have been these hiccups in terms of getting the second jab program through Sisonke going, and some concerns here and there. But I'm just surprised that we're still talking about, the question of healthcare workers being guinea pigs, in the sense that the J&J vaccine has been used extensively beyond, the healthcare workers. But I suppose the concern is about a second jab of J&J.
Well, certainly, Thulas, and that's a concern from one of the unions, the Young Nurses Indaba Trade Union, of course, which says that it's quite concerned that there is a second round of vaccination for healthcare workers, given that they had thought that the J&J jab would only be a single dose. And so the fact that we're seeing more this booster shot coming into effect, of course, they are raising quite a number of concerns around the safety of that particular vaccine. But of course, they're saying at this particular point, it's up to the healthcare workers themselves to decide whether or not they're going to be taking this jab. We're here, Thulas, at the Chris Baragwanath Hospital, where they've started inoculating some of the healthcare workers. And I can tell you, Thulas, that we have seen quite a number of them arriving here this morning. We've seen doctors, we've seen nurses coming to get their booster shot. And it is, of course, specifically targeting those healthcare workers who were part of the Sisonke trial between February this year and May this year. But I just want to quickly bring in one of the doctors. I know she's rushing back to work. She's just received her second booster shot right now. Dr. Anita Murray, thank you very much for your time. First of all, let's start with you. How do you feel having received this booster jab? Do you feel a bit of relief?
I feel great. I'm glad it's done and dusted. I had no side effects from the first one, so I don't expect any from this one either. And I'm glad that it's done.
And how important was it for you to actually get this second jab?
Well, being part of this trial, it's going to allow us to find out if the vaccine actually works and if it works better with the second dose. I know a lot of colleagues and friends who have gotten COVID again after they received their first vaccine, but it wasn't severe. It was like a normal flu. So hopefully the second dose will allow us to see if it protects us completely from COVID.
And what would you say to some of the skeptics, people who are saying that, there's no need to get this second jab and they don't want the second jab?
Look, we've seen so many people die from this, old people, young people, babies, and I don't want my family to be one of those statistics. You never know what's going to happen. You might get it and it might be like a flu, or you might get it and you might die. And do you really want to take that chance? So yes, it is voluntary to get the vaccine, but we as healthcare workers would suggest that you do.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Workers here speaking to us about the importance of taking that jab. Of course, Thulas, you know that those who are eligible to actually receive these inoculations have been notified. They did receive SMSs from the Department of Health, the department saying that they had sent out just over 391,000 of those SMSs, and from those they have received close to 35,000 consents from healthcare workers who say that they want to receive this second jab.
All right, thank you for that. That's ENCA's Manqoba Mchunu there updating us on the situation around the second jab of the J&J vaccines for healthcare workers who had earlier received just one jab of that vaccine.